Chase community, we have a real tragedy with Cynthia Meacham. She's trying to convince you that the original chest spot was in Yellowstone. She wants to create a shrine at a fake spot in Yellowstone. The idea is to create a mecca for brain-dead searchers. The tragedy is some gullible people actually believe this is real. It is important to step back in time. Let's read an excerpt from Daniel Barbarazzi's book, Chasing the Thrill. In this excerpt, you will hear Cynthia describing her thoughts after she heard the chest was found. "I don't believe there was a finder," Cynthia said. "I think Forrest ended the hunt. He invented this nebulous tale of a finder from back east, and figured that would be that. But then there was so much backlash, so much anger. Such a refusal to take Fenn at his word, that Fenn needed the chest itself as proof. I think what happened was, there was so much disbelief that there was a finder, that he actually had to then go tap someone to retrieve it, and bring it home," she said, fingering Shiloh as the likeliest candidate to have gotten it, and saying that accounted for the 10-day delay between the time he announced the ending and the release of the pictures. In this video we will be going over the chest photos, and we will look at Forrest Fenn's past statements on Yellowstone. Let's have a look at those photos. This is the first photo we received of the chest. Forrest sent this photo to Dale on June 16 of 2020. Forrest waited 10 days after the find announcement to release this photo. In this photo, you'll notice green grass off to the right. It has been speculated that the stick in the chest is a willow tree. The location of where this is unknown. No metadata is provided with the photo. This photograph may have been taken in the original spot. One thing is almost certain: Jack did not take this photograph. This photograph does not appear to be the same area as the photographs we just received through McCracken. This photograph was probably taken along the Madison, near 9 Mile Hole. It is unclear if we are looking at an entire chest, or just a lid stuck in the ground. Wu Kane pointed out that the ground appears to be freshly dug earth. This photo could have been taken after Fenn's passing. Without a timestamp or metadata, it is impossible to know. This photo does not appear to be taken in the same area as the photo of the chest with the stick and key. In this photo, we see a mud-covered chest. The coins are covered in dust. We can't see the peripheral area. We don't know where this photo was taken. Was it taken in the same area as the photograph with the lid on the ground? We just don't know. Without metadata, it is impossible to know where this was taken. This photograph could have been taken anywhere. Cynthia says that on August 28 of 2020, Forrest showed her a picture that Jack had sent him on Christmas of 2019. The photo was a picture taken along the Madison, looking upstream from Fenn Rock. This was the last time Cynthia saw Forrest alive. The next day, on August 29 of 2020, Forrest sent this email to Kpro: "I thought that once the treasure was found the hoopla would die down. Well, it hasn't, and I am getting almost as many emails as I did before. A lot of people are still searching, just for the fun of it, and it seems the interest has shifted over to the Cody area. I am feeling really good these days. My body knows how old I am, but my mind doesn't. So let's examine this timeline that Cynthia is claiming." According to Cynthia, Jack found the chest in September of 2019, but waited till Christmas of 2019 to send Forrest a card. Wait a minute, why did Forrest send an email to Dale on December 7? That said he would cause the chest to be retrieved. If Jack found it in September, why was Jack sending him something at Christmas? Also, why did Pam Shetron receive parts of the Medium article in October of 2019? As you can see, this timeline is riddled with inconsistencies. Let's look at some statements by Forrest about Yellowstone. This is from Forrest Gets Mill on October 2 of 2012. "The treasure chest certainly is in the mountains somewhere north of Santa Fe, and that is a clue. That is not to say it is exactly 360 degrees from Santa Fe, but generally, if you draw a line from the edge of Santa Fe to Yellowstone, you'll find that Yellowstone is 345 degrees north of Santa Fe, not 360. In another statement, Forrest said the chest was in an isolated area, a place where people would not normally go. This statement is from Mysterious Writings on June 28, 2014. Generally speaking, there are places where one should stay on established trails. Yellowstone is one. However, it reminds me of the worn-out axiom: if you ain't the lead dog, the scenery never changes. When I am in the mountains, or in the desert, The last place I want to be, is on a trail. Ain't no adventure in that for me. There isn't a human trail, in very close proximity, to where I hid the treasure. Let's listen to that again. Generally speaking, there are places where one should stay on established trails. Yellowstone is one. When I am in the mountains, or in the desert, the last place I want to be, is on a trail. Here is another question from a searcher about Yellowstone. If I were to happen to find the treasure, and if it happened to be in Yellowstone Park, would you consider claiming it yourself, and offering a finder's fee? The last thing I would want, would be to find it, and hand it over to the government. Just askin'. Forrest responds, if you find the treasure in Yellowstone National Park, tell me where it is, and I'll go get it for you, so you won't be thrown down the hole, at Old Faithful. Why would Forrest say, tell me where it is? It sounds like Forrest is insinuating, that he would not know where to find it, unless she told him, because it was never hidden in Yellowstone. Forrest wrote Dale an email, on December 7th, of 2019, that said, I will cause the treasure chest, to be photographed in situ, and then retrieved. Look up the definition of stage, in the dictionary. The transitive verb of stage, is to cause an event for public spectacle. Listen folks, you'd have to be crazy, to think Forrest hid his chest in Yellowstone. Remember, this is a place he was going to die. In this area near 9 Mile Hole, his body would be found in 24 hours. The idea that the chest was found along the Madison is preposterous revisionist history. Forrest said, that Napoleon said, history was fables agreed upon. Scrapbook 238, Forrest wrote this. It is terrible, when history is written wrong, but worse still, is not knowing who to believe.
The treasure is hidden where a person would not normally go. The place where that treasure chest is hidden is in an isolated area.